Yeah, so there's a lot to say about that. It'll be in that video, um, but it's going to be interesting. So I'm posting this first because I'm interested to see. Well, I think they'll keep this one up, and you'll see why in that video I'm about to post on this weekend sometime. Um, if you the first few minutes of that video, I think 5 minutes would tell you why. So look out for that if you want to. I just think it's interesting. I'm preempting this because I know it will get deleted. Okay, hi folks. So just here to give you a heads up for fun here. My next video will be deleted by YouTube, censored, and it's just a bit interesting. So YouTube is now the arbiter of truth, and so are the other platforms, and the mainstream news media has never been very good at it. Truth. So if anybody doubts me on that, then let me know how many people you knew and heard reports of who denied climate science and global warming. The fact that I don't know how many people on the planet there were in the 1990s. 5 million. Sorry, 5 billion. Now there's 8 billion. That makes a difference. Or the people who believed in WMDs in Iraq propaganda, or the people who believed that the 2008 crash was caused by the little people defaulting on their mortgage, or the people in Britain, my country, who believed that the EU was part of a globalist plot to start some kind of evil criminal ring or whatever they thought. It's a trading bloc. So, and then the people in Scotland or Britain, the whole of Britain talked about it and lied about it. Cambridge Analytica was involved in that, about the Scottish referendum, lies about Scotland all the time. Wall to wall propaganda. And same thing with Brexit, same thing with Russiagate, and a lot of things about Trump, even though I'm a left winger, progressive, I call myself. Not these pseudo neo-progressives and neoliberals that are everywhere now. They're not progressives. So yeah, Trump was right on some things, like a broken clock. He's right twice a day. And then the people who believed that he was a Russian puppet and that Putin hacked voting machines. So that's the track record of truth in the mainstream media. I don't know what you think about all those, but I was always on the right side of history and thinking about those, seeing through the BS. Probably I could think of something I didn't see through the BS on. Not a lot. Sorry, not boasting, just a fact. If you're on one of those sites, it's because you were too busy to inform yourself, or you're just not, you need someone else to be judging the truth for you because you're not good at it. I was pretty busy back in the WMDs in Iraq phase, and it was obvious what was going on. A massive propaganda machine set into place and a whole bunch of lies. So I'm not getting back into that. Same with Russiagate, all the rest of it, and now in this era. So that my next video will be deleted because I won't say why. If you watch the video, I'll post it maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Post it sometime this weekend on YouTube on my channel. But it'll be deleted. I don't know if this one will survive, the one I'm making right now, this one. It might, it probably will. But the next video that I'm posting, it's the first video I've done for a while. I got sick of YouTube deleting things. I deleted that whole channel, which was probably not necessary for me to do. But I'm on this new channel now, subscribe to this one. The future months are going to get really, really interesting on many, many levels. I hope it's in a good way. There will be some issues major issues coming up. So yeah, so that's that. The video I'm going to post is again random, a bit too spontaneous, and maybe a bit long. However, it is correct for the most part. Just as. Uh, again, I'm not boasting. But it will get deleted from YouTube. So you can find it on Vimeo. I'll post it on Facebook and Twitter. And when YouTube deletes it, I'll repost it, because I'll probably just post the YouTube link. It probably will last less than 5 hours on YouTube. It'll be a miracle if they don't. And this is not paranoia. There's a mass campaign amongst these social media platforms with a very prejudiced, one-sided view of the world, cloistered, limited, and ignorant worldview from whoever's running those companies and getting to make the rules. And of course, it's algorithms and robots, and that doesn't work. So now you'll need an army, a massive million-person army for every site, billion, several million, who train to the highest level of some kind of massive 5-year training apprenticeship to become experts on how to know when someone is actually saying something not untruthful, but dangerous. It's gone beyond a joke, and it's fine. It doesn't matter to me that much, but it's annoying. YouTube will probably also lock my channel for a week or so, maybe a month. I'm not going to fight them. They come up with these reasons. You can't even tell what they're talking about. What you did wrong. I talk about science. I talk about reality. I talk about the truth. Just because these people in these mass corporations think they're holier than thou, enlightened masters of the universe, and they and their crowd, their herd, are the only ones that understand the world and the truth. Yeah, so there's a lot to say about that. It'll be in that video. But it's going to be interesting. So I'm posting this first because I'm interested to see, well, I think they'll keep this one up. And you'll see why in that video I'm about to post on this weekend sometime. The first few minutes of that video, I think 5 minutes, would tell you why. So look out for that if you want to. I just think it's interesting. I'm preempting this because I know it will get deleted, and I'm putting it on Vimeo, Twitter, and Facebook, all that. Those are the main ones right now. If that gets problematic, I'm going to have to fight. There's a lot of us. It's not paranoia. There's thousands of us now who have tried to point out science, real science, published in respected peer-reviewed journals in the last year and a half or so. And some of them, top scientists, I shouldn't have said that word. I'm going to have to cut it. Top scientists in the world. So there's certain words that YouTube will pick up on. So that's that. Yeah, it's the first video I've made for 6 months or so. Very spontaneous, unprofessional. Yeah, so after that, after they delete it, you can look for it on Vimeo, Facebook, and Twitter, and also I'll make a follow-up video just to talk about the message that they send me, and they'll send me a screenshot message type thing, some blurb about why it was deleted and why my account has been locked. I can't post anymore for a week or maybe even a month, I don't know. They might even delete the channel. I doubt they go that far. They might. But it's not worth trying to get around a very... I'm just going to say it as if the people in charge are the people doing it, even though I know it's stupid robots and algorithms mostly. But the people in charge of those things are very uneducated, very lack any understanding of science. I don't care if they've got a great scientist working with them. They don't. And other factors like that. So they're ignorant. And so ignorance rules the world, right? And now you know that social media, and the media is useless anyway, captured by the corporations, corporate controlled, lobbyists and corporations, politicians are useless. Now social media has jumped in to become the arbiter of truth and the oppressor of freedom of speech, because there's nowhere else you can go to really What, make your own website that nobody will ever see, even if you had a fan base? Some of the people on YouTube have a massive fan base. If they just went back to their own website, posted videos on there, it wouldn't work. So, and that goes for giant media corporations as well. The Guardian, the BBC, New York Times, CNN, you name it. They can't just go and have just a website. They have to have a social media presence in order to survive. So it's these clowns at the head of these social media corporations are now telling the world, and the politicians telling the politicians and telling experts. I shouldn't have used the word. I'll cut that. I shouldn't have used that word. Another word. I'm going to cut it because there's some words they might pick up on. So they've captured the social media is basically taking the world to a very dangerous place, dragging it down to an age of ignorance, and it's just a fall of the human intelligentsia. Intelligent conversation, or just, I don't call myself intelligentsia, but I do consider a lot of people that I listen to part of what people used to call intelligentsia, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But there's also just a lot of regular folk and people who never went to any major education institution, and it's just as good as anybody else. So, but this discussion between humans has been collapsed. There are no humans talking anymore. There are just a one-sided, biased, algorithm-controlled entities. So I'm taking this too far, but I'm sure there's something else I want to say about that. But it'll be on YouTube, and I will, in fact, make some response after they delete the video I'm going to post tomorrow or the day after. And just because it's kind of interesting, and also I won't be able to post this follow-up on YouTube. They'll lock my account for a week at least, and so I'll be on other places. So, and it's not paranoia. There's thousands of people experiencing censorship because the people in charge of those platforms are not smart enough and cannot make an algorithm smart enough and cannot do robots or even have people smart enough to check what's being said is scientifically validated or not. Just because Goebbels said certain type of science was good in the Second World War, Nazis' right-hand man, Goebbels, just because he said it doesn't make it truth. I know that's a lot to compare that to that era, compare this era to that era. In many ways, we're a lot luckier, but only some of us. We are being exposed to extremist downward spiral of the collapse of anything that could have been called a coherent society in the past. What comes out of that, I don't know. We'll talk about that some other time. So look for that video if you want to. Subscribe to this new YouTube channel, but it'll probably be locked anyway. But certainly look at Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to my video channel. I don't know how that works for getting. I'm a bit new to that, but if you want to get told there's a new video on my channel there's probably some way to have a bell ring or something. So catch you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.